I recently retired after a long career, and when you retire, you start thinking about the future. Of course, my wife has been asking me for 15, 20 years to do this, and so I finally got around to it. And it's good, when I was retired, I had time to do that. Not that the process took a lot of time, but it was enough.
We decided on a living trust because my parents had one, and when they passed, it was very easy. We had 2 daughters. For them, what to do with our we wanted to take care of them, and we wanted to do it like, the experience I had with my parents. My parents didn't have much. It was just their house, they didn't have, but it was still really easy.
We needed to do a living trust and power of attorney and a healthcare directive, and made some inquiries as to where would be a good place to do it, who would be a good person to do it with. And this Yee Law firm was highly recommended, and so I made an appointment. The staff was very nice and told me exactly what the process was going to be, and the consultation was free. The office we weren't going to somebody's house to do all this complicated stuff. We were going to do it at a legitimate law firm, and that's what I wanted. One of the things that I really appreciated from the office staff was communication. They emailed me about the appointment. They emailed me, did I have any questions? They emailed me. One of the things, the hard part about doing a trust is that you have to make all these decisions. You have to decide who's going to get what and how much, and who's going to take care of that for you, and who's going to take care of you when you're ill, who's going to make those decisions. You can't just sit down in the lawyer's office and decide that. You need to have those things discussed at home and thought it all out. But we had the questionnaire ahead of time, and we could fill all that out and think about it for a while before you actually made the final appointment and got everything down on paper.
I don't know how to do that. There's all these online create your own trust type things, and as you go through that, there's just a lot of questions, a lot of nuances and details that someone who doesn't do this for a living would might not handle correctly. So we certainly wanted expert guidance and someone who's experienced in this, and we felt that Michael kind of had this balance of he's young but not too young, right? He has experience, and he's very focused on the specialty.
My sister was trying to do it online, so I asked both of them, I said, do you guys think I should do it online or get somebody? And before I finished the sentence, they were saying, no, don't do it yourself. Hire somebody. And she still hasn't done it. And so we told her that we got this law group to do it, and she's like, I wish I would have done that. So she's still I don't know when she's going to finish it. So it was that's good enough for me. I'm glad I didn't do it.
When I started looking for a attorney to help with this, of course there's a lot of attorneys. There's a long list, but when I was researching individual firms, because there's some qualified firms, and it was kind of like this big tie with about a dozen firms, I started looking at some of the softer things around a company. And so I like that Michael grew up in the same neighborhood as I did. So it's nice to see success within the neighborhood. Also, when I was going through the web page, just doing preliminary research, I was impressed with the diversity of the staff, both our age diversity, gender diversity, and racial diversity. And to me, that's a very important factor.
We did read the reviews,
Yes, we did.
The recommendations from the people on Nextdoor and the small things that they said.
Yes, well, I think everyone wants to do a trust and a will and to get their house in order, but it's actually a tough step to take because it makes you think about the future without you, right? This whole process makes you think about some stuff that most people don't want to think about.
I think it would have been like this monkey on my back if I hadn't got it done, because I'd known all the hassle that I went through, and I didn't want our granddaughter to go through that hassle. We wanted all those ducks in a row ahead of time, and then you can relax and enjoy the rest of your life, because all that's taken care of, and it's not going to be a big burden to the person who's taking care of your things for you. It's not going to be hard to sell the house. It's not going to be hard to get into the bank account. It's not going to be hard to make decisions for you.
I like to tell my family, my friends, to come and do it. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about the final days or the fixing the stuff before you go, but it's part of the life that you need to take care of your kids and your own stuff, whatever you work for, all this life.
Yee Law Group is definitely a 10 out of 10, and I guess the proof statement is I referred my brother-in-laws. And so once you start referring your family to a service, you better be sure it's good.